Can you see our new owl? That's Merlin. Hi Merlin. Come to join us for a little bit. Hello my beautiful butterflies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverley and it is lovely to see you today. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you my favourite eBay finds, so grab that cup of tea, let's get to it. So as you can see, our new owl has joined us today. But today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favourite eBay finds. Now I don't buy from eBay very often. I'm usually a charity shop purchaser, buyer, whatever. But I do sometimes like to buy from there, especially if I'm trying to fill a gap in my wardrobe. I want to buy something that I'm very specific about, then I will definitely go and search for that specific thing on eBay. And this is a requested video. I do have that where if you want to see me talk about something a bit more, you want to see something more on the channel, or you're interested in a specific thing that I mention either on Instagram or on here, just drop me a comment and I will add it to my list. But I had a few people after my last thrift haul ask me to do my favourite eBay finds, and I've got quite a pile here. So grab your cup of tea and get settled, get cozy, and I'm going to show you all my finds. But before I do, don't forget, if you're new here, you can click the subscribe button to become part of the butterfly family. We would absolutely love to have you here. You are more than welcome. So I hope you'll stick around, click the like button, leave me a comment, and don't forget you can also help me out on this channel by clicking on the links down below to Ko-fi and Patreon. I just appreciate everybody who is believing in me enough to want to donate money to me each month. It means the absolute world to me, and I have a sewing project coming up very soon. Hello son, what you doing? I have a sewing project coming up next week, and that was completely paid for by Patreon members. But let's get to it, shall we? I think we'll start with blouses. So I was just looking for a normal white blouse and I found this on eBay. Let me put this down a little bit. So this is a beautiful 1980s blouse. It's got a little bit of a peplum at the bottom. It has this beautiful little bow detail at the bottom as well. Poofy sleeves and this gorgeous collar, which is lace and then layered on top another. And then it's got embroidery all through it. Little butterflies. Can you see? I'm not sure if you can. They're little butterflies all over the blouse. I absolutely love this blouse. I wore it a lot last summer, so if you've been following me over on Instagram, you'll be aware of that. But yeah, I absolutely love this blouse. I don't remember how much I paid for these, but I don't ever pay more than £20. I think this was probably about £7.50, shockingly. Probably just kept in somebody's mum's wardrobe since the 1980s, and now it's mine being worn again. But isn't that beautiful? Just reminds me of that total Lady Diana era where everyone went big puffy sleeves after her wedding dress moment. That's what that makes me think of. Next up we have skirts, and I'm starting off hot with one that you might not like too much. My mum's not keen on this one, but it reminds me of the sort of skirt that she used to wear when I was a child. So this is kind of to the mid shin, and it's in neon colours, and it's like tartan. It has beautiful buttons in like a bright turquoise. It's tight fitted round the waist area, and then it kind of goes out a little bit A-line. It's such a beautiful skirt. It looks really nice on. And it just made me think, it just reminded me of a skirt that I know my mom wore when I was a kid, like the style of it. And I think this was only about £5. I know it was like really cheap, probably because of the colours, but I just love this skirt so much. Next up I have, oh, this is stunning, isn't it? Forest green. It is corduroy. It has that princess seam here. Pockets, of course. All vintage clothes came with pockets. I don't know when and who decided we didn't want pockets but women love pockets. It's a long skirt, probably down again to mid-shin, but isn't it absolutely beautiful? I love this skirt so much. I wear it a lot. It's very comfortable. It's a little bit too big for me, but I like that in clothing because I have a lot of pain, so it helps me be comfortable. It probably originally had a belt, which no longer is with it, but I'm okay with that because I have lots of belts. It's just a beautiful skirt, isn't it? I absolutely love it. Then the last skirt is actually a thrifted handmade skirt, and this was made in the mid-80s. So this is just a simple elasticated waist, and then it goes out, and it's a tiered skirt. I don't know if it was made from a bed sheet, which is what I do, but it's lovely, just a beautiful pattern, and it looks absolutely gorgeous on. It's really nice in the spring and summer, so I'm excited to be able to be wearing this again. But look how beautiful it is. It's very heavy though, I think because of the amount of material that was used. It's got a lot of elastication in it, so it's a heavy skirt. You do have to keep pulling it up because it keeps falling down, not all the way down, but you know when you have to keep like hoiking things up. Hoiking, that's a word we don't say very often. But yeah, I really love this skirt. It's one of my favourites. And then we're moving on to the dresses, and I've got a lot, so I'm just warning you. So the first one makes me feel like Stevie Nicks. Don't ask me what I searched for, but it's this beautiful boho dress. It's in this gorgeous like winey purple colour with black and like a tie-dye. It has beautiful buttons down the front and came with a matching scarf. The sleeves are absolutely stunning. I think that the listing said it was from the 90s. And then it has a lacing in the back. Just a beautiful, beautiful dress. And it comes down to the floor. The skirt is quite a lot of material in it. But isn't that beautiful? I saw this and was just immediately like, Stevie Nicks, I must own it. And yeah, you can, it's got a beautiful scarf with it. It's just gorgeous. I love this dress. It's in like a silky material. It's not like anything I've come across before, but it does remind me of the kind of thing that you find when you go to folk festivals. I used to go to them a lot when I was younger, and this was the sort of thing that would be available to buy from the stalls. I love the buttons down the front are quite big, and yeah, I just think it's beautiful. It looks absolutely stunning on. I did a really pretty like photo shoot for Instagram in my back garden in it when I first got it, and I was doing all these witchy poses. I was really feeling myself. The next one, I don't know how old this is or if it's old at all. I don't even have a clue, but it is gorgeous. It's like lavender stripes with white, and then in like a navy blue there's this gorgeous big embroidered collar and embroidered along the sleeves. It's quite long, tiered skirt, and it came with a tie around it, and it always makes me feel like a Tim Burton character. I just absolutely love this dress so much. It's so nice. I've worn it a few times. I think I wore it in a video actually, a Tim Burton inspired video. If I can find that, I will link to it down below. But yeah, just a gorgeous dress. I love it so much. This next dress is controversial in our house. My mum thinks it's the most hideous thing she's ever seen. Again, I think it's homemade, and I do love thrifting homemade clothes. It's from the 1980s, and it is blue with white polka dots, big poofy sleeves. Look at the size of those sleeves. Then it comes down, down, down. It has ribbon along the bottom, and that ribbon is then in a belt, and it just pulls on over your head, and then it's just a press stud at the back. So it's very easy to wear. It reminds me of like the old flamenco dresses. Do you know what I mean? The flamenco dancers. and I just love this dress. It comes right down to the floor, and I always just feel like I'm from the 80s and I'm living my best life. I just love this dress so much. I love 1980s dresses. It's just straight across with a bit of elastication. It is too big for me by about one dress size, I think, but I don't mind that because by putting the belt round it, it's not an issue. But a dress like this, it's nobody else has a dress like this. It was handmade by somebody in the 80s. Nobody else has this dress. I don't know if it was made from a pattern or if somebody just decided to make it like this, but either way, I absolutely love it. Oh, we're getting down to it now. We're getting down to it. We've only got a few more. This one is an absolute favourite of mine. It is this gorgeous, again, 1980s dress. The pattern of it is like gold and red. What's this word? It's not parsley, is it? Paisley. Paisley. See, I was nearly there. Again, big sleeves. It's got this beautiful lace collar. I think this might be handmade again. People used to make their clothes so much more often than we do now. It's got that princess waist, and then it goes down to the floor, and it looks so beautiful on, and I just love this dress. It's very much like deep midwinter kind of a dress with the long sleeves and the colouring. It's very much, you could wear it Christmas Day and it would go down a treat. It's just beautiful. It really is just absolutely gorgeous dress. I love that so much. It's one of my top 5 pieces that I've ever owned. And then we have a 1980s BHS. Yes, we do. Poofy sleeves again. Very, very straight down. It's a long skirt, but it's a very straight down. A lace collar. This sort of dress definitely makes me think of like 80s does 30s kind of thing, and I love it. I love the pattern on the dress as well. It's like blue with grey dot work and then little squares in like a peachy colour. It's just beautiful, and it comes with it came with the original belt as well, which is something I always look for. Absolutely gorgeous. This again is size, whenever you're looking at vintage sizes, especially from the 80s, always go up at least one size. A lot of sellers will measure across, so make sure you check your measurements if you're going to be buying clothes. I bought clothes when I first started that didn't fit me at all because I didn't realise our sizes had changed. But yeah, how beautiful is that? It looks stunning on as well. It's very witchy looking. I wore it to a Harry Potter event that the owl sanctuary that we got our owl from ran, and it looked beautiful with like a witchy hat on. It just really looked the part. And then I saved the best 2 till last. Again, I think this is a homemade job. This is a beautiful dress. It's in like a pale bluey grey, the material, and then it's got like autumn leaves on it. It's got this kind of sailor, can you see? It's got like a sailor dress kind of collar on it, which was all the rage, that ties up at the front. And then it has just straight along the back, and then the princess at the front, and quite a flirty skirty. It's a beautiful dress, this is. Very much what I expect when I want an 80s dress, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I love that one so much. I keep saying I love them, but I do. I feel like I'm some kind of curator or something telling you my favourite items, but you know. So this one is a Hawaiian shirt dress. This again I think might be handmade. There's no label or anything in it, so it might be handmade. And it again has the princess seam. I love these princess seams. They are so flattering, like going straight across kind of cuts you in half and makes you look bigger. But the princess seam is very, very flattering to female figures. but this is so bright. Look at it. It is amazing. As soon as I saw this on eBay, like 1980s dress is all I looked up, and then a Hawaiian shirt dress. It had to be done. It has this beautiful tie in the back as well, just beautifully made to just below the knee, I think it goes. But yeah, that's my final piece. Oh, my arms are hurting now. But these pieces of clothing, I definitely think have probably languished in someone's mum's wardrobe since the 80s, and then they've come to clear it out and gone, I have to sell this hideous thing. And a lot of the time what I picture other people thinking are hideous, like who would buy a Hawaiian shirt dress? But I saw this and just fell in love with it. It just typified that time, and I love that. So yeah, I do love that vintage look of like the 40s, 50s that everybody pictures in their head. But to me, it's all about the 80s. So let me know what you think of all these pieces. Do you have a favourite piece? Is there something that you have in your wardrobe that you're like, oh, maybe somebody would buy this because somebody bought a Hawaiian shirt dress and I think it's vile, but Beverley loves it. But let me know all the things in a comment down below. I would love to hear all your thoughts and feelings. And don't forget, if there's something you would like me to do a video on or talk more about, definitely let me know. Leave me a cheeky little like while you're down there. That way I will know and YouTube will know that you like this video, and it will help me grow this channel. I really hope that you enjoyed this video though, so if you did, don't forget to head down below, click that subscribe button, ring that little bell, so you always know when I upload. I'm usually here Mondays and Fridays. My health permitting, I always do my very best to be here with you every week, twice a week. Take care everyone, have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye. Say bye, Merlin.